Hello there, and welcome to yet another video in my Car Mechanic 2021 series. We're going to try things a little different this time. We're going to maybe, just maybe, do a themed build here. As you can see, we've got what looks like kind of an older Crown Vic or Lincoln Town car, like Ford Crown Vic, Lincoln Town car, or uh, basically there's Mercury Grand Marquis. That was the third one. They all pretty much were the same car except different trim levels and features, essentially. But they were all built on the same basic chassis, and these were quite popular amongst law enforcement until they started switching, at least around here, to like Impalas and I think, Ford SUVs now. But anyway, at the base level here, we're going to try to fix this. Actually, we're going to fix this up to 100% condition. What I want to be able to do with this, though, is I think I go to here and then add on. They do have police lights. We're not going to worry about the spoiler because I don't even think you could put those on there. Or if you can, it's just going to look wrong. But we're going to try to see, maybe spice things up with the police lights and if they have the right liveries for it, because I haven't tried this. This is going to be recorded regardless of how this ends up. If it ends up being like a plain Jane Crown Vic, fine. But if we can make it look more like a cop car, even better. I think you can. But we'll find out. As you can see, is the Salem Overking, which is their in-game name for the car that I was just talking about. Parts are in rough shape, but everything else is, serviceable. We're missing a few things here. The door and the windows on this side, but overall, she's not in bad shape body-wise. We're going to go ahead and pull everything off. And there we go. Just going to yank everything out, just like we did on previous builds. Once we do that, we'll do a quick repair on the frame, because all I did with this car was, I mean, so far, was clean the inside and outside. Oh, right, taillights. I forgot something. And the rear bumper. There we go. Yep. Now I think I've got everything. Hopefully. Alright. So, get this over to bay 1. $1,000, sure. Put that back where it came from. We are going to mark the ones we can't fix. So, both the taillights, windows, plates, I'm just going to get custom ones. Not quite sure what I want to use for the name yet. This is going to be kind of a theme build. I kind of want to put something special on that. I don't know if I got you on there yet, but we'll go ahead and mark you anyway. The rest of this should be fixable. Because looks like the bottom, or excuse me, the worst offender is 33%. So yeah, we should be able to salvage most of this. Um, Excellent. Like I said, we're still missing a few pieces, plus we got all the other little bits and bobs we're going to order brand new, so we'll put on what we can, buy what we don't have, and go from there. Oh, right. We're missing that door. Let's add that in there. Alright. And that hood is already looking better. That thing was pretty rough looking when we took it off there. So, left fender. Okay. I almost want to keep that dark blue color, but I think I'm just going to make it the stereotypical, uh, like, metallic black paint job. Because that was the color scheme they used for a lot of the cars out here in my neck of the woods. There were some of them were dark blue, at least early on, but they mostly did just the ones with the black paint job. And like I said, they looked, they looked pretty good. I mean, not gonna lie. Okay, so at that, we are needing your or hang on. Two things we're needing here. Go back over here to Salem Overking. We have the right side mirror and we need the left. And we also need the front right door. Okay. Right tail light. Got your other tail light right here. It sounded bad, but you know what I mean. Door window. Okay, got you. Windshield, yes please. Alright, let's go for the right headlight. The other one, so we have a matching pair now. Okay. Oh, we bought an extra left side mirror. Oops. Easy fix. Actually, let's get the rest of the parts in there first, and then we'll worry about that. Apparently I ordered the wrong parts, but that's okay. Sorry, my monitor blinked again. That's kind of weird. I don't need that. Go ahead and mark those three. Alright. The wrong window there. Okay, got that. Front right. And the right side mirror. Okay. Okay, so can't really think of any real creative names that would fit on here, so we're gonna just go with something generic. Custom plates. Actually, we're gonna air. There we go. That'll do for now. I come up with something more funny or creative, we might replace it later, but alright. I think that's all the body parts. Yep, body and frame are now 100%. Get the interior removed. Go to interior shop. Get a new steering wheel, which that's actually pretty accurate for a early 2000s Crown Vic. I had a Grand Marquis that was the 2000 years ago, and it had that exact same steering wheel on it. Hang on, we don't want to move it. Want to get there. There we go. That's what I wanted. Alright, that should be 3 out of 4. Yep. 100% already on 3 of 4. Alright. Let's get this over to paint. Let's see what we can do here. Okay. Black. Metallic. That'll work. But let's check the liveries. They gotta have something good. If we don't see anything else we like, we're gonna go with that. Digging that. Not digging that. Okay, so it's either standard police or the sheriff one. I'm thinking the sheriff one just because I like the paint colors a little bit better. I guess we could probably fix this license plates then. Actually, let's see. Oh, I got an idea. I know what we can do for it now. So let's just get you back over to here first, and then we'll worry about that. 'Cause I have an idea. What happens when you don't plan this stuff out ahead of time? Custom plates. Just give me a second here. Of course, it'll be backwards in anybody that sees it in real life, but there we go. And of course, this wouldn't be complete without the thing we were just looking at a little bit ago. Ta-da! Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Alright, I'm getting a bit more than a little bit of fun out of this. Alright, so we're gonna take this sheriff's car, as it's gonna be called now. Get the rest of her up to 100%. Do that, we're gonna need to put some work into this thing, because she's missing a few parts. We can make her whole again. Let's see, what do we want to do first? Let's pop this thing up and get the rims fixed. Get new tires on this thing. While I'm having it up in the air, okay, so we are going to need to get rid of the oil. Let's do that real quick before we do anything else. Okay, that went quick. Right. Let's see. Got that. Right. Let me go ahead and get the rims off. They should all be the same size. All right. A couple more here. May or may not be able to salvage all, or fix all these, rather. Let's find out. Yeah, we're only gonna be able to fix 3 of them. Yeah, that one's too bad off, unfortunately. That's alright. Minor inconvenience. Let's see. Alright, we don't need that anymore. We are going to need to go to rims. Need a 16. Thank you. That matches up with the rest. It should. 37, 16-inch ET zeros. Yep. Right. Go there. Go back and get to the tire shop. Go standard tire. 225/60. How many? 4. So 225/60 R16, 225/60 R16. Okay, so everything lines up. Right, and this time we're actually going to do both the mounting and the balancing. We don't have a repeat of what happened on the last episode. Yeah, I was kind of rushed on the previous episode. Uh, I made a few mentions to that, but had some other stuff going on that was time sensitive, and I needed to go get it done. And I wanted to try to get like at least one episode, you know, out the door, or at least recorded before I left. Oh, it was actually 2 episodes ago. Yeah, that's right. Sorry, not the last episode. But anyway, regardless, it was a long story. And there we go. Come on, thank you. Okay. Those are all set to go. We're going to leave them off for now because we want to be able to get the engine out. To do that, we're going to need to take some parts off first. Three bolts holding that on? That seems a bit strange, but okay. Alright, so yeah. Rid of that exhaust pipe. I don't think we're going to be able to save the drive shaft. We can try. Oh yeah, I guess we can. If it's below a certain percentage, they won't let you attempt to fix it because it's just too far gone. We're going to just keep those in our inventory for now. So we've drained the oil. We've disconnected the gearbox and drive shaft. Exhaust pipes are out of the way, so we should be able to pull the engine out now. That was easy. Oh, right. Oh, sorry, I was trying to think of what the next step was after the engine there, and I realized that getting ahead of myself. Yeah, like I said, she's missing a few parts here and there, but not going to matter too much because we're going to basically tear this thing apart, then rebuild it with as many performance parts as we can get. So, get started. And this, they make that plastic? I hope not. The thing about these cars, especially if you got some of like the early 2000s ones, they had rather ones made in 2000 in particular had a plastic intake manifold. And that intake manifold, as you saw the corner of it just before it disappeared, had the thermostat housing on the end of it, on the corner of it. Problem was, though, with the engine getting as hot as they do, you could theoretically have problems there in terms of a nasty leak of coolant into this little valley here underneath the intake, which would be, for a number of reasons, be really bad. And they had a recall for those. And I didn't know it because I bought the car like 10 years after it was made. And I bought it used off a car dealership, and there's I guess a reason why that it was so cheap. I think I paid like $5 or $6 grand for it. And those cars went for a lot more when they were brand new. But yeah, I went and looked it up, and I was having problems with the thermostat on it because the car was always running cold because the thermostat was stuck open. It was stuck open or stuck closed. One of them sent everything. It kept sending stuff through the radiator, and it kept trying to basically the engine wasn't. It was cooling too much, and which, you know, you think that would be a problem, but it made for. I bought that car just before winter set in, and the car was having fun trying to get hot. Part of the problem was silt in the heater box, but even that, we managed to get things figured out, but we had to be very careful with how things were done because the car had never had the plastic intake replaced as part of the recall that was issued. And it was outside because it happened so long ago, or rather the recall was so long ago, that it was outside some kind of special time frame to have it done for free. And so to just take care of, you know, a minor inconvenience of the car taking a while to get up to temp, I would have to replace a, you know, sizable portion of the upper part of the engine there, at least in terms of the intake, the thermostat, and all the bits and bobs that go with it. And at the time, I wasn't exactly flush with cash. I was buying a used car that was way overkill for what I needed. It was comfy. That was the main thing. It was cheap and it was comfy. And even with a V8, it was still decent on gas. What are we hung up on here? Oh, the shoes. Okay, never mind. There we go. Now everything's coming apart again, like we wanted to. Oh, you still got your exhaust manifold on. That's why you aren't coming out. Come on out. There you go. Alright, I think it's time to flip this thing on its side. This off there. Thankfully, I got 4 bolts holding up, but like half of them are rusted though. That's okay. The massive freeze plugs on that bastard. There we go. Okay. Get the rest of these rod caps off. Alright, let's get these pistons. Get them out of the way. Cool. We're just going to save the engine block and the crankshaft, and the rest of it's all getting... Oh. Okay. Maybe not. I don't think it's going to let us. Yeah, 12%. Ain't going to let us. Darn. Okay, so we got that. The rest of this is going to get... Anything that's 100% is going to get saved. We're going to sell the rest. We're going to be buying all new. Yeah. Let's get... Yeah, that's what I wanted. Trying to get in the correct mode there. At least get that engine block in there, and then we'll get... First thing we'll do, get the crankshaft. There we go. Right. Let's get started on the rebuild here. Filter, flywheel, camshaft bearing caps. In with Conrod. Filter, our steering pump, water pump, and alternator. So we already got you. Let's go here. And we're going to go to the performance shop first. Okay, good. Our flywheel, thank you very much. Our steering pump. Pump's obviously not a performance part. Alternator. Piston with Conrod. And the rest of this is all standard parts. First things first. Gotta get the piston rings. Okay. Great camshaft bearing caps. Got an oil filter. Good. And water pump. Let's get these crankshaft bearing caps in first. Right. Water pump in there. And alternator. Fuel filter taken care of, and we're going to get these pistons put in. All right. What else we got here? I think that's it for this round. Clutch plate. 8 rod caps. Got your pump pulley. Head B, head A. Okay. Alright. Go grab some stuff. Alright. Go here first. Get the clutch plate. Rod caps are standard. Pump pulley, definitely standard. Head B. Go. A. Right. There we go. Okay, so I was just double checking some stuff there, sorry. Alright. That's looking good. And now we're just going to get the rest of this on there. Alright, let's get the other one on. Cool. Okay, I think that's, yeah, that's everything on this round. That pressure plate with exhaust manifolds. Let's see, 2 camshafts, an intake. Right. Okay. Anything up front? Doesn't look like it. Let's go to the tune-up shop. That's not a performance part. That is. I'll get that. 2 exhaust manifolds. Huh? 2 camshafts. And intake manifold. Oil pan's a standard part, so we'll go ahead and grab that from here. Let's get that on first, that way we can straighten the engine out. Camshaft on before I forget. right. So a bunch more stuff lit up for us. I think that's it for that round. So we'll go ahead and get a couple of cam gears, camshaft cap, and oh yeah, we're doing good. We need to get this little guy, or I forget again. Okay, back to performance parts. See if anything's over here. No, the spark plugs are. There we go. Camshaft caps standard, cam gears are standard, so is clutch release bearings. So let's just flip back over here. Get 2 of those. Do camshaft caps. Interesting that they're separated like that, but they're still considered one part, but it is what it is. Oh, right. Hang on. One more thing. Come on, get me over there. There we go. Oh, right. Spark plugs. Some of these engines, you kind of have to almost pixel hunt for some of this stuff. Okay, there we go. We've got 2 timing chains, because we know we're going to need 2. Go ahead and get the coils. Okay, the ignition coils I know are performance parts. We'll go ahead and get those first. There we are. The timing chains are standard. We'll just get those. There we go. And the other chain on. Hell, I don't. Oh, it's timing chain B. Ew. What I get for trying to be efficient. Add that to the list for next time and do that. At least get the ignition coils put in. And let's go ahead and get both the fuel rails and timing chain B, 2A, there we go. Come on, thank you. Part. Fuel rails are a performance item, so we need to go back over here. Okay, I guess we could have ordered another shoe. That's alright. No big deal. Wasn't sure if it was a separate part or not. It turns out it wasn't. Okay, we've got head cover A. I can get that on. We are out of parts, so let's go ahead and start another list. Right. Timing cover's not a performance part. Head cover B is not a performance part. The throttle, on the other hand, is. Got that. Okay. Go top to bottom here and just start installing stuff here. Go. All right. There, and there. These are all standard parts, so we're not even going to go over to the performance tab. Okay. Belt. Okay, now we need a belt tensioner. I think that's it for this guy. Gosh, that looks so much better. Apologies for the lack of energy. I've been not sleeping too well, but that's another argument for another day. Let's go take that off the stand. We're going to go ahead and put it on, or rather in. Everything looks to be 100%. Perfect. Very nice. Cop motor, cop shocks. Take this thing to Chicago, so to speak. Alright, so now that we've got that done, let's focus on the engine compartment. So, what can let's take care of this airbox first, and then we'll do the fuses. Give me the... Thank you. I'm going to try to fix those. Let's see. Everything but the filter is going to be standard parts, so we're going to need 4 of those. Air filter cover. Filter base. And the air filter itself is going to be a performance part. There's that. Pull that in there. Qualify that. Cool. Alright, so this... Oh, you're missing one fuse. So we're going to go ahead and mark all of these. Including that. And the base. I'm going to pull everything. Rule number one with this stuff, never trust the fuses, especially on barn finds and or junkyards. I doubt any of those were fixable anyway, so I'm not even going to bother trying. Alright, buy new stuff. It's all in electronics. So we're going to need... I know we're going to need one of these. We're going to need one of these eventually, so I'll just go ahead and grab them. Fuse box base A. Fuse box cover A. That way we got both. Fuse type C. 3 type Bs. 3 type As. How many type Bs? 3 type Bs. Okay. Two type A relays. 3 type Cs. There you are. I remember seeing that was missing its module there, so I went ahead and just bought both while it was in there. Crash that. What else we need? ECU, brake servo, battery, power steering, reservoir, washer. We could fix the radiator or not. Let's see. Yep. Cool. Usually the radiator's just straight up missing. Right, because I haven't bought anything yet. Getting ahead of myself. And shopping list. ECU type A. Thank you. Battery. Got you. Okay. Rest of this looks like I can get it here. Servo. Power steering. Got your coolant reservoir. And washer fluid. We've got fan housing. Looks like just one fan. Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out which one it's needing. We can figure this out here. Assemble radiator housing fan. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. Literally just a part called that. I'm used to the two-piece ones. Okay, while we're in here, and then we're gonna fill the fluids since we've got everything put in. Okay. So put the power steering next. This filled, and then we'll do the oil. Alright, I think that's everything in the engine compartment proper. Yeah, looks like it. Alright, let's get this thing up in the air. I'm gonna do the fuel system first, then the exhaust. Wanna add that to the list. Get rid of it. Because we're gonna buy a whole new one. We're not gonna, I don't even think it's a fixable item. Fan housing anymore. Fuel tank. And then performance part for the pump. Go. To assemble mode. And there she go. Now she's got fuel at least. Let's get the existing parts of the exhaust out of here because we're going to replace every single bit of it. There we go. All this should be performance parts. So, front exhaust pipes. Two catalytic converters. Two metal mufflers. Exhaust pipes. And a couple of mufflers just to round things off. There you go. That's a brand new exhaust. Still think it's kind of sketch that only 3 bolts holding that whole entire thing on. But hey, it's a video game. Right. So all we should have left now is we're already at 74%. Excellent. And we're making a tidy profit on it too. Anyway, as I was saying, the only thing we should have left now is to do the rear suspension and then the front. And then it's just doing the alignments, do the dyno, maybe a speed track run just for fun and games. And then that's it. Let's get this apart. We're going to do the same thing we did on the previous couple of builds. We're going to take all the stuff off, fix what we can, replace what we can't, and then go from there. Like, why isn't that coming on? Like, oh yeah, it's got the bushing in it. Okay, that off. Now we just need to get this took apart. Just say taken apart. Awesome. Let's go fix some stuff up here and try to save ourselves a few bucks here. Hopefully. Like we're going to have quite a few. Oh. Almost there. Neato. Let's take a look. Man, we're not going to have to order much at all. Look at this. Very nice. It's all standard parts, so we're not even going to bother going to the performance side of things. I mean, I could. There are some, stuff that'll make me able to stop the vehicle better, but not going to bother. I'm mainly interested in stuff that makes the car go faster. I know it's kind of weird like that to say that, but hmm. brake pads. Come on. There we go. And a caliper. There we go. While we've got that in place, we're going to go ahead and get this drive shaft put on. Get that out of the inventory. Cool. Alright. On with the show. These leaf spring U-bolts on here. Literally cap that off. That's not a pun. Oh, it wasn't intended to be a pun. But it works. Get this side put together. Hopefully the front suspension will be equally as fast. That cross member looks like it was in halfway decent shape. Usually those are rusted all to hell on a lot of the builds I do. And this went together really fast, but then again, we didn't have to order a whole bunch of parts like we normally do. Very good. Very good. Got anything? Nope. Cool. Alright, that's one freshly rebuilt rear suspension. Now let's do the same for the front. Everything torn off and disassembled and give this the same treatment. One, two. I don't know if you guys noticed, but you could tell they used some of the similar design from the like when we were working on the newer like the 2017 Ford Mustang on the previous episode. It's got this like identical configuration for like the lower suspension arm, and then the shock absorber bolts to the top of the steering knuckle. I wonder if they try to keep it, you know, consistent like that on purpose, or maybe they just needed something that was, you know, different. Either way, it looks cool. Right, because we need to take the cap, we need to take the bearing, and then take the hub. So. Okay, got all that, and we've got that. That should be everything. It is. Cool. go fix up as much of this as we can. Cool. Yeah, I didn't quite get as many as I was hoping, but still. Oh, snap. We're gonna start over. I need to go back and see if I can repair some of these too. I did all the repair stuff without taking the wishbone suspension stuff apart. Okay, we can't fix any of that anyway. Fair enough. Try that one more time, shall we? Go. One more time here. 2 front shock absorbers. The brake pads. Two bearings. Thank you. The shock absorber caps. Inner tie rods. Outer tie rods. 2 end links. Yeah. Okay. Couple of springs. Wheel hub caps. And a front sway bar. Alright, let's get it all put back together, shall we? And I have one last thing I need to do. Once I get these bushings installed, we need to get the shock absorber assemblies put back together. Just realized I hadn't done that yet. Now we can continue. Go. That outer tie rod put on. We'll get this center part taken care of. now let's do the other side. This hub put together. Alright, this should be it on that, and it is. Hot damn. Alright. Not bad for a barn find. 100% on everything, which means now we get to go do the fun stuff. Let's get you over to the alignment rack. It's looking pretty slick. Okay, that one's good. That one's good. Oh, hey. Okay, so now we're going over to the dyno. So, 222 horsepower, 265 pound-feet of torque. Not a super powerful engine, but if we get a good amount of increase on it, we'll be good. Come on, baby, you can do it. %, increase, so 160 horsepower, and 172 pound-feet of torque, which is about a 65% increase. The drag rating's not that great, but I don't care. I'm not going to drag race it. I mean, I could, but I'm not going to. Take her outside. Do screenshots and then we'll do a speed run. Oh, that'll make a good thumbnail. The front one, I mean. Oh gosh, they definitely nailed that early 2000s aesthetic. Except this one's got the manual clusters on it. Mine had the digital display on it. I wonder if it's got a CD changer in the back. I don't remember seeing it, but anyway. It's off to the speed track. We're going to give it a quick run, and then we'll probably end up selling it. Been keeping an awful lot of the cars lately. Not expecting a massive amount of speed on this, but we'll see how far she goes. 100 miles an hour. 110. 120. 30. 140. 150. That is all we're getting out of her. All right. Let's take a look at the numbers. So we bought it for a little over 23 grand. You can see the numbers for the condition bonus and the parts. But yeah, 64, almost 65,000 profit, and we're selling it for 88, almost 88.3. Not bad. Nice little bit of cash off of it. I gotta start making money off these because I've been keeping enough of the cars that it's kind of eating into my budget a little bit, even though I'm almost a million into the game. But anyway, thank you for watching. Like I said, we've got some interesting stuff for the next episode. We're gonna look at this. Looks like maybe like a late 80s, early 90s Corvette, totally legally distinct, not Corvette. We'll be fixing that up and giving it a nice paint job. And of course, then we've got this thing. So yeah, this one should be an interesting build too. So stay tuned, and hope to see you in the next episode. Don't forget to hit that subscription button if you haven't already. You don't have to, but it'd be nice. And we'll see you on the next show.